What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Spirit of Justice. As you can see, we've just met up with Emma, and before we talk to her, I'd like to present my badge, and also examine this area. It's been 2 years since we first met. But you're still just a newbie to me. Hey, that's not fair. I'm not even the newest lawyer in our office anymore.
Yep. That's Apollo and me, just two newbies working our way up.
Wait, what? Aw, look at you two, the newbie duo. Must be nice, right, Apollo? Oh, Apollo's just like, I'm so done. I'm so done. Why? What an odd building.
The name Penrose Theater comes from the Penrose Triangle, an impossible object. It's called an impossible object because it only exists as an optical illusion.
An optical illusion?
Uh-huh. Just like how that cube on the front of the building isn't really a cube at all.
It isn't? It sure looks like a cube to me.
It's just the way it's shaded. The dark and light parts make it look like it's jutting outward towards us, but it really isn't.
What? It isn't?
Come on, let's take a look at it from over there.
Okay. Oh god, that's really messing up with my head here. What? You're right. That's so weird.
Now do you get it?
I think so. It's kind of hard to tell. What are all these weird objects anyway? Are they supposed to be modern art? Like that clock. Is it just me, or are the hands moving awfully fast?
Ay caramba! What kind of clock doesn't show the proper time? Is that part of what makes it art?
Who knows? Hey, take a look at that man in front of the clock. He's trying real hard to set his watch to it.
Oh! Hey, mister!
The poor guy.
Look! There's Trucy, front and center. So the show actually starts the day after tomorrow, huh?
I don't know if you've noticed, but you see that man in front of the poster? He's been standing there a long time looking at it.
Yeah, I noticed. And sometimes he kind of stretches his hand towards it a little bit.
Oh, I bet he's one of Trucy's fans. You think he's gonna try to make off with it?
Who knows? Oh, look! I guess we don't have to worry. Every time the man reaches for it, the dog growls and pulls at his pant leg.
Yeah, it kind of begs the question, who's the master and who's the pet? That dog knows what's going on. Alright, I guess that's it. Alright, let's talk to Emma. Why is the case being treated as a homicide now and not involuntary manslaughter?
Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide.
Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details?
No, I'm afraid that's all I was told.
Really? How come?
Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. Though maybe it's just a culture gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts.
Wait, what do you mean by culture gap?
I mean that he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different.
So, who exactly am I up against tomorrow? We'll find out shortly. Congrats on finally becoming a forensic investigator you always wanted to be.
Thanks! I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensics kit openly whenever I want.
Oh yeah, you used to have to stealth use a kit you sent away for.
Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know?
So basically nothing's changed.
Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Now hold out your hands. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil. I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo.
The prosecution.
Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As a part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days.
And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? Not Francesca, not Clavier, not Simon, or what is his Japanese name? Yumihiko? You know, you have a handful of other prosecutors you could use.
That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors, and this guy just happened to be visiting.
And what's the purpose of his visit?
Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Karayan are thought to be hiding out here. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally.
So he's from the Kingdom of Karayan?
That's right. He's also a Karayanist monk.
A monk?
So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up.
So he was just curious, huh?
He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly. And just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter,
this is most certainly a murder. The cruel act of an impure soul.
That's what he said. Just like that. Then he volunteered himself as the prosecutor for this case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him.
Let's trust a foreigner to handle this. When you were dealing with corrupt prosecutors. Whatever.
So Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says court is where a victim receives their last rites. Where the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh?
That's certainly a unique way of looking at it.
His name is Nayuta Samadhi.
Sadmathi. Sadmat. Sadmathi.
What?
Nayuta Samadhi?
That's right. What, do you know him or something?
Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him.
Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yes, they say he travels the world, solving difficult case after difficult case. Where there is a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be tough to beat.
I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him?
He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to.
Huh, so he's a pretty agreeable guy then.
Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Karayan? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would.
Even so, do you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Also, I want to say something. You know that smile that Emma keeps doing every once in a while? I didn't even realize it when I went through this the first time, but that particular smile is almost the exact same kind of smile that Lana had at the end of Rise from the Ashes. It's a nice little touch there. Could you tell Prosecutor Samadhi about Trucy? About what a good person she is?
Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed murder.
Thanks, Emma.
I hope he listens to reason.
Me too.
This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder, and they've even got proof. What are we gonna do?
Look on the bright side, that's what.
Bright side? What bright side?
Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. If we can find out who that is, we can prove Trucy's innocence.
Oh, hey, you're right!
Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things: proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity.
You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope.
And that means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? If I said no, you'd just do it behind my back anyway, right? Why would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up.
Oh, alright, but I better come along.
Who knows what sort of mischief you'd get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you?
Mischief? Sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo.
He has been known to move things around at the scene of the crime, you know. And what about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission.
There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice.
How is that even remotely fair? Are we done? Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and go to the dressing room. The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners.
We have to find Trucy's notebook for her.
Let's see, she said it would be in her blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we can check out while we're here. Yes, let's do that. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. So let's examine stuff for a bit. Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Trucy's.
Ooh, could you tell by the scent? Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something?
I'm her assistant, not her pet. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to.
But not you, Apollo! Let me do it! Let's see... Huh? No, not this. Whoa, what's this? Oh, wow, she has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad!
What is it? I want to see too. What the heck did Trucy have?
That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here.
Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it? Let's keep looking around for it. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie. So it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. You and I got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment. But this Mr. Ria's fire trick, we didn't get to see that part.
Yeah, because they canceled the show after the accident.
Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Rias turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it?
Point tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Rias' specialties. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Rias and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw on the show.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all of that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup.
When it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better.
Those things are the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary.
Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course! I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night prepping a case. And the comic books too? Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. I said manga, didn't I? Uh-huh, I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you?
What a nerd.
Hey, these flowers. They're from Lemoire. Lemoire? Where have I heard that name before? She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Wow, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Lemoire. I don't know why, but her songs really touch me for some reason.
Gee, I wonder why.
I hope she's doing well.
Somebody tell these kids! Also, why is the 3D on my 3DS? Boy, gee, I wonder what these red flower roses are from. Jesus.
Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Roses, huh? How like him. Pretentious. They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work. Apollo, I've noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Prosecutor Gavin. You think so? I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful. That's not it at all. Huh? Aren't these Ninetales flowers? You know, those flowers that only grow in Ninetales Vale? Oh my goodness, you're right! There's a card here and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Trucy, from Damien and Jinxie Tema." Maya, Tema, and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Let's see. Oh! There's a message for you in here too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lord I said thank you for everything. Thanks to him, I overcame my fears and now I'm not afraid of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Itan Momen and Kanaki Chiji. No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. It's a dove. Trucy must use it in one of her tricks. Yeah. Huh? There's another bird cage next to it. I wonder what's in that one. Cuckoo-ca-choo! What in the world was that?
A parrot? I guess?
Oh, bunnies. Oh, look at the adorable little bunnies. Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit. Really? You? You sure don't look the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive type?
That's stereotyping.
Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Trucy put some posters up, I see. Oh, there's one of Troop Grimari. Troop Grimari, Magical Menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me.
But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress?
Was Troop Grimari really such a big deal back in the day?
I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear, or escaping a safe dropped from a helicopter.
Wow, I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But if even you know about them, then they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. The one in black was the original leader of the Troop Grimari, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifi Grimari. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Grimari.
Zach Grimari's a jerk.
Trucy's late biological father. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Rias. So this poster's from back when he was a member of the Trukramari, huh? Trucy said he left the troupe after he was injured during a show or something, right?
Making sure I have hit everything before I examine this piece of stuff. Because we'll find our book over here.
I say we take a look through Mr. Arias' things too.
Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase?
You're right, it's practically screaming over here, look at me!
You think it could be... Oh wow, Athena! Our hunch was right, it's Trucy's notebook.
What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Arias' stuff?
Good question.
It's locked. I guess this means we can't read it.
I wonder what kind of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it.
A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about.
If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry.
Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty.
That's not something to be happy about. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office.
Why? What do you have to hide?
I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we better get this notebook to Trucy. We will do that as soon as we finish examining the stage now. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we?
Just make sure you don't move anything or I'll get in big trouble.
Fine, I promise. To only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. It's been a while since we've done any investigating.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in! You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, I can give you a quick rundown.
Should I have Athena give me a rundown?
Nah,
we're good. Don't worry about me. I've got it all locked away in the vault up here.
Good, and I'm sure it'll come back to me too as we get along. Go along.
Wait, wasn't it you just offered to give me a rundown? Let's start examining. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of the onstage scenery. It suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly.
Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell of the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Trucy's magical kingdom.
Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. The timing was so perfect, I'd be generally surprised if it wasn't magic. If it was magic. Excuse me. Talking is very hard today. Oh hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it. The backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there. I'll open it a crack and check it out later. You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you? Well, who, me? Would I ever do a thing like that? Rats, guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later.
We have one of these in the office too, don't we?
Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. I'd kinda like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime.
Well, we both know you'd be the one in the box if she ever did.
I feel bad for the prop, but it can stay on a shelving unit in that case. Hey man, that's a terrifying thought. I'm with you there, Apollo.
Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's like that game where you stick swords into a barrel until a man inside pops up.
Huh.
That doesn't sound like any game I've heard of.
Monkey in a Barrel?
Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid?
Oh, you know us simple Americans. We're happy with just a hoop and a stick. Alright. That video camera is pointed right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Emma would... She's kind of busy.
Wow, this residue data is so fascinating.
She's so fixated on that bloodstain data, her eyes are getting bloodshot.
Quick, Apollo, while Emma's off in forensic Fantasyland. Let's see what's recorded on the camera.
Probably the same footage we saw earlier. Except without music. As I, get my feet to wake up now. I will have to say this is, not... Is this mocap too? I'm not sure. This is probably their second smoothest mocap, if it is. Like, it's not bad. At least it's not so awkward like, Phoenix Wright's face and everything in the first case. And also, we probably have to enjoy watching that video over and over again when the trial starts, don't we?
It's the same video we saw on TV where you can't see the body at all. Apollo, did you notice a strange shadow in that footage?
No, why? I did!
I don't think it was my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I saw something.
Strange shadow, huh? I wonder what it was. Emma, can I ask you a question?
Shh! This is the best part!
She won't even look this way.
Ooh, what great prints! Another set for my collection! She's, certainly seems to be enjoying her work, doesn't she? Wow, this dragon is a lot more handmade than I expected.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many hours I put into that freaking thing.
What? You made it?
Trucy had me help put it together, you know, as her assistant. That's adorable.
She has you wrapped around her little finger, doesn't she?
Trucy's smile has some kind of magical power that makes it impossible to say no. I believe this. So this is the coffin the dead body appeared from. I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you two mind giving me a hand?
No sweat!
Trucy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed it. So how did the victim even get in there?
I bet there's a secret door or something.
It sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it could unfold into something like this? Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. How that helps with magic tricks, though, I have no idea. I'm sure they make use of it in some way we can't even imagine. Wait a minute. It looks like the bottom of the coffin opens, too.
Ooh, a secret door! Let's try opening it!
Well, look at that.
It seems to lead to someplace under the stage.
That's right, it goes to the understage passage.
It's pitch black down there. Hold on, I think I see something glowing faintly. It's hard to make anything out from up here.
If you try to go down there, the magicians will get mad at you.
Apparently, there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind their tricks. Well, that sucks. It's all right there and we can't even check it out? We're definitely gonna have to examine that understage passage at some point, though.
Anything else I need to look at?
Oh, look! There's a secret door in this back panel of the coffin! You think Mr. Rias could have entered the coffin through there? If he could have done it without Trucy noticing, maybe. It's like two magicians trying to outmagic one another right under each other's noses. A white outline, huh? So this is where the body was. What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have a photo of the crime scene. Here you go.
This poor man.
Wow, it looks like he was stabbed in the back.
Yes, that's definitely what's killed him.
What's this thing around his waist? It's a stunt harness.
A stunt wire can be attached to it so the person can float and fly through the air.
Come to think of it, he did fly in Act 1, didn't he?
Alright, I think that's everything I can examine here, so let's see. I think I have to examine the sword.
There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. Must be the murder weapon. Trucy said she was sure she switched it out with the rubber sword. Unfortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hey, Emma? Were there any fingerprints on the sword?
There shouldn't be, because Trucy was wearing gloves.
Let's see, according to my data, no prints were found, but that could be because the culprit wiped them off. Come to think of it, Trucy was wearing gloves during the show, so she certainly wouldn't have left any prints either. Something isn't right. It just doesn't make any sense.
We'll continue this conversation in the next video because we are now out of time, so I'll see you guys in the next part.